number of COVID-19 cases continues to rise globally and right here in Guyana. Therefore, we encourage everyone to practice social distancing, wear a mask if you have to leave your homes, and wash your hands thoroughly and frequently as we strive to stop the spread of the virus. Welcome to InfoHub for Tuesday, July 28. Thanks for joining us. The COVID-19 intensive care unit has seen 57 persons receiving medical attention as positive cases continue to rise in the hinterland.
Chief Medical Officer Dr. Shamdeo Prasad on Monday highlighted and recognized the work the unit has put out during the COVID-19 pandemic. He also said that persons being discharged from the isolation and ICU would have been cleared in accordance with the recent WHO guidelines which Guyana has adopted. This ensures that everyone who is discharged is assessed as free of COVID-19.
I wish to share with you the situation in the intensive care unit to date. Total number of patients seen, 57. Total numbers of deaths within the ICU, 11. Total number of COVID deaths out of the ICU but at GPHC, 5. Total number of patients transferred, 29. Total number recovered and discharged, 9. Total number of ICU to date, 4.
The ICU is where persons who have developed the most complicated form of COVID-19 and require special medical attention are placed. Meanwhile, the CMO highlighted that there is a steady increase in positive COVID-19 cases. All of the new cases reported within the last 3 days were from the hinterland.
The new cases for the weekend came from Region 7, 9 cases on Saturday. On Sunday, 4 cases from Region 9 and 6 cases from Region 7. Today, 19 cases are coming from Region 9. We continue to emphasize that there is need for more community action.
As of Monday, July 27, 2020, the number of reported cases in Regions 7 and 9 were 75 and 41 respectively. Both regions have each reported one COVID-19 related death. For InfoHub, Delicia Haynes.
President David Granger and First Lady Mrs. Sandra Granger were on Monday tested for the novel coronavirus disease 2019. In an invited comment, President Granger urged Guyanese to adhere to the various precautionary measures promulgated since March 2020 to prevent the further spread of COVID-19. The president urged also that all persons who develop signs and symptoms of the disease to seek medical attention early. The head of state reminded that COVID-19 is a global pandemic for which there is no cure. He said fighting the pandemic requires collective and continuous action by all. Still in the health sector, Regional Executive Officer of Region 9, Carl Parker, has confirmed that the COVID-19 cases being reported in that region are all imported. Parker said the situation is becoming challenging. Felicia Valenzuela tells us more.
Mr. Parker told InfoHub that Region 9 has 36 active coronavirus COVID-19 cases.
There are 23 new cases in the region. That's in addition to the 18 we had before. Of that 18, 4 have recovered, 1 would have died. So that's 23, and the 13 active cases we now have.
But Parker made it clear that no resident of Lethem has been diagnosed with COVID-19, but instead the cases were imported from neighboring Brazil.
Residents are still coming across the border. And when they reach in the villages, residents are hiding them. So when the team shows up, they are told that there are no persons from the border. Well, now we know persons are coming from the border. Those cases did not come from Lethem. We have no persons in Lethem with the COVID. Everything is from across Brazil.
The REO believes with this sort of action, local communities are now being threatened with the spread of COVID-19. As such, he has raised the matter with the local Tushaus.
Despite all the pleadings, beggings, and information out there, persons are still not adhering to the safety guidelines.
Felicia Valenzuela, InfoHub.
The Civil Defense Commission is closely monitoring anticipated heavy and continuous rainfall and is prepared to render assistance in the event of flooding. Here are the details. Director General of the Civil Defense Commission, Lieutenant Colonel Kester Craig, in an invited comment, assured that the Commission has been continuously monitoring all hazards across Guyana.
We monitor the weather system through close collaboration with Hydromet and also close collaboration with the Maritime Administration Department to understand the level of tide, etc. What that does is once we have the information, we would be able to provide early warning to the general public in terms of advisories, advising person to do what to do as relates to floods, as relates to high winds.
He explained that this is done through the National Emergency Operations Center.
The system allows us to monitor all social media platforms. It allows us to receive calls from across the country. It also allows us to receive radio messages from remote communities on likely hazard impact.
Lieutenant Colonel Craig also noted that over the years, the Commission has been working to ensure that each administrative region is resilient.
The Civil Defense Commission over the years have been working very closely with the administrative regions in the setting up of their response system. So our response mechanism entails the community responding, the Regional Democratic Council responding, the NDC responding, and when they cannot cope with the situation, the Civil Defense Commission will support them with the deficiencies that they may be having in response to the particular hazard.
Citizens are urged to be aware of the weather at all times and take necessary precautions. To report flooding in your community, call the 24-hour National Emergency Monitoring System on 623-1700 or 600-7500 or 226-1114. The Guyana Sugar Corporation has managed to produce 37.15 tons of sugar, which is equivalent to 79.6% of its target for the first crop for this year. This comes despite challenges faced because of the COVID pandemic. The crop was closed with 1,093 hectares, 762 hectares at Albion Port Morant Estate, and 331 hectares at Blairmont Estate of carried over canes to be harvested. This translates to 66,000 tons of cane that will be carried over to the second crop of 2020. Gaisuco assured that it continues to strengthen its partnership with the trade unions and will always recognize them as valuable partners, especially for the achievement of the target in the second crop 2020 and towards building a more resilient business. More news after this short break. Stay with us. Minister of Social Cohesion Dr. George Norton has joined thousands of Guyanese in condemning the recent distasteful utterances of well-known Guyanese chutney singer Mahindra Ram Kelawan. Here's that story.
In a recent social media video, Ram Kelawan called for acts of violence to be committed against Prime Minister Moses Nagamutu and Vice President Kemraj Rabchantan. Even as the world grapples with the effects of the deadly COVID-19 pandemic, Ram Kelawan urged his fans and followers to spit in the faces of these officials. He even volunteered to pay the stipulated $15,000 fine that is attached to the criminal act of intentionally spitting on another person, which is considered assault. As an artist, Mr. Ram Kalawan has an important role to play in nation building, so for him to be using his platform to incite violence is undoubtedly despicable. Mr. Kalawan should be promoting harmony and using his popularity to inspire our young people. Of course, it's okay to have strong political views, but regardless of his political persuasion, inciting violence is reckless and uncalled for. The minister said that he believes chutney music is a particular genre of music that brings people together in celebration, and so he encourages all Guyanese to act responsibly during this tense political period. Chutney artists therefore have a responsibility to use their platform to do just that, not segregate people and provoke violence and crime. It's okay to have political disagreements. What is not okay is allowing our political disagreements to eat away at our humanity. We can do better. We must do better. Neola Damon, InfoHub.
The Georgetown Chamber of Commerce and Industry and the mayor and councillors of the city of Georgetown renewed their memorandum of understanding earlier today at the City Hall. President of the GCCI, Nicholas de Boyer, and Mayor of Georgetown, His Worship Ubraj Narain, signed the MOU on behalf of their respective organizations. The MOU is intended to strengthen cooperation between the two entities as they seek to collaborate on municipal and corporate developments within the city. The MOU stipulates that the GCCI and the MNCC will cooperate on several thematic areas, including general rates, public security within the city, building codes, building bylaws, safety regulations for construction procedures, and infrastructure development. The GCCI and the MNCC have also agreed to meet once every 2 months. The MOU will be valid for a period of 1 year. With the country's Emancipation Day celebrations just a few days away, being dressed in traditional African attire is one of the many ways to show appreciation to our ancestors. However, getting the perfect head wrap can be challenging. Luckily for viewers, InfoHub found Rayanne Ellis Darrell, owner of Intrigued by Darrell, and she is here to help you to achieve a few simple looks with a modern twist.
Given the fact that emancipation is just around the corner, we can get them in the plain fabric and the printed fabric like the African prints. The headdress, something similar to what I'm wearing, you can get them completely plain. And when I say completely plain, they come in 2 parts. We have the cap and we have the scarf that ties to give the same look, like if you were wrapping your entire head. Now, I know some people are worried because they have their natural hair and they're wondering, well, is my hair gonna dry out? I usually use the chamois silk to line the inside and the prints on the outside.
She also offers matching necklaces and skirts for those looking for a complete outfit. Darrell's now gets down to business in showing how we can achieve these looks without breaking a sweat.
This is very simple. I'm not going to take my cap off because my hair is a complete mess beneath this, which is one of my biggest reasons for loving this really, is that you're ready to go on the road, you just wash your hair, or it's not that tidy, you just snap the cap on. And let me just undo mine so you can see how simple this is. So this is the scarf that it comes with, and there is no one way to tie this. You can tie this in any way that makes you comfortable and just go around, and it's long enough to go around your head about 2 or 3 times. And you tuck in the back. And it's simple as that. I don't think I took, 10 seconds. So this is another one that I sometimes try. So from the top, crisscross, but you X. So you see what it looks like here? And you bring it to the back. A simple cross to the back so both can come back to the front. And then you can do the same, just repeat. And tuck it into at the back again.
For those interested in Darrell's design, can call or visit her Facebook page called Intrigued by Darrell or Instagram page Intrigue 592. This includes creating patterns based on the customer's vision. Delivery is being offered due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Ninyola Diman, InfoHub.
Remember to do your part to ensure you do not put yourself at risk during this time. If you have a cough, fever, and difficulty breathing, seek medical care early, but call the hotline first. That's all for today. Connect with us on all our social media platforms, including WhatsApp, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, as we bring you the latest and important news related to COVID-19 and much more. Also, subscribe to our website, dpi.gov.gy. Your Bird Report is up next. Goodbye for now.